going back to the Game Awards real quick, Xbox was not there at all. And I know a lot of people were really upset. Ryan McCaffrey over at IGN, who's kind of head of the main Xbox writer, I guess. He's got the podcast and stuff. I did like an opinion piece on whatever. My thoughts, because obviously, I mean, they've got Redfall, they've got Starfield, so they could have had something. I think this acquisition played a big part into why they didn't show up. I know that could just be an excuse. I don't know 100% sure, but with everything going on with the acquisition and the troubles they're having over in Europe, I think they didn't want to add any sort of fuel to the fire for this deal to not go through. So that's just my thought on it. I don't know if that's the actual case, but yeah, still a bummer that they weren't there, because I mean, even Nintendo was there and we didn't expect them to be there at all. So
honestly, I don't think they have anything to show.
okay.
And it almost feels like gaslighting at this point, because every year for the past few years, like the marketing people at Xbox, like the Aaron Greenbergs and all those people, at the end of every year, they say, hey, 2021, we have this and this and this and a lot of unannounced projects. Yeah. 2022, we have Starfield and this and this and this and a bunch of unannounced stuff. And I'm specifically calling out Aaron Greenberg, but he made the same tweet after the Game Awards. He was like, hey, 2023, we have a lot of stuff coming out. And it's like, do you have games? Like, does Xbox,
I mean,
do they make games?
A million studios, and yet we've got nothing. We got Pentiment.
Like, you can't just have Pentiment and then the 1.0 version of Grounded.
Yeah.
Which are both from Obsidian.
Yeah,
that's a one developer. You have like 20 or 30 developers making games for you at any time. Like,
yeah.
Can you not get a trailer for a game? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to defend Xbox. It really is, especially them just not showing up here, because again, they've got games coming out 2023. Obviously with Redfall and Starfield announced. So for that, them just not have a trailer for either one of those it's super strange. Obviously Game Pass is incredible. They're constantly putting out really amazing games on the service. But man, yeah, you've got. I mean, you've had Halo and Forza is like the only two like first party games to come out since the Series X launched. I may be missing a couple things, but the two biggest things. And Forza was really good, and Halo has struggled with content, and management and all that stuff. So yeah, it's hard. It gets harder and harder to defend Xbox.
Yeah, I'll just say I really, really hope, for Xbox's sake, that Redfall and Starfield are games of the generation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like, if Starfield is an okay game, if it's like if it's like an 8 out of 10 game, then what is this all been for?
Yeah, it's got to come. It's got to be like a 10 out of 10. It's got to be like a no-brainer 10 out of 10, like across the board. Because
but like, people have less. They have less give when it comes to like jank.
Yeah,
now
they do.
Not. They didn't have as much give, or they had more give when Skyrim came out, when Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 came out.
I was on the 360. That was 10 plus years ago. I mean, that was just kind of what we were used to back then.
Yeah.
And especially coming from, obviously Bethesda, they were just known for their jank. But those games were just so good, so fun to explore. But when you got games like Elden Ring coming out, that plays just about as flawlessly as you can ask for. Granted, that those games have so much more stuff going on than I think Elden Ring does, as far as like quests and stuff like that. But or not, I don't know. But yeah, I think they have to come out swinging. I think Redfall has to be really good. Yeah, it's a big year for Xbox next year. I think
Said
they've
this
got
last
some.
year.
I know they've got a lot of games that could potentially be amazing, um, but I think their goodwill is starting to run out.
I mean,
And for
yeah,
a
I
lot of
think it's
people, it
out.
has, and yeah,
I think I think it's out for me in terms of like their content that they're producing. I do appreciate Game Pass, and I love their platform. I love that you can game share and essentially get games for half costs with me and you sharing games.
yeah,
Um, but I'm not really looking forward to any first party games. I'm just looking forward to the next game that comes on Game Pass
yeah,
at this
yeah,
point. Like I'm not gonna hold out hope for Starfield releasing in 2023.
yeah,
I know Redfall will, but Starfield is probably going to get pushed to Q4 and then get pushed to 2024. That's
yeah,
that's my thought.
yeah, yeah. It sucks. I mean, obviously there's so many much other games to play, so I don't really.
It doesn't really
Yeah, it
matter
doesn't. I don't
to
really get
us.
too upset or anything like that. I mean, we got PlayStation, we got Nintendo, whatever. We got every other indie game coming out, but yeah, they need a hit. They need a win. You know, they need a solid game. They need Starfield to just come out and be good. I know that's a lot to. I guess I should say a lot to ask for, but I know that's a big undertaking because that game is huge. But yeah, I'm ready for them to have something solid on the platform, not just another third party Game Pass release.
Yeah, I'm tired of all the Game Pass tweets and like that's all they talk about is like they do their Game Pass jokes of if you want to play this game, you can play right now, or like if you were thinking about playing a game today, you should play this game on Game Pass. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, you can do that. You can do that all day, but you need a game.
yeah,
You need a first party game,
yeah. And the fact that they've acquired so many studios and just nothing has came
which
out.
which doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, if you don't have games coming out, then and granted, they might have acquired these studios and they could have been in very early development of their next game, but still, man, like, dang,
Like without Bethesda, what would their 2023 look like?
yeah. I think it's a possibility that Gear 6 gets announced to come out this year, or at least come announced and then maybe comes out 2024. But yeah, I don't know, man. You know,
Can't just live off of Vampire Survivors, Pentiment, and Grounded.
yeah,
That doesn't fuel Game Pass
no,
sales.
no, yeah. You need some big boys to get launched. But yeah, I want to briefly talk about that